as many women agree, most men are unattractive. Most of you. This is why you have to work so hard in other areas, because if we based you being coupled off with women by looks alone, most of you would be lonely. This topic of women desiring attractive men is very, very triggering to most men. Because, as I've said on many of occasions, as many women agree, most men are unattractive. Most of you. This is why you have to work so hard in other areas, because if we based you being coupled off with women by looks alone, most of you would be lonely. Right? And a lot of the backlash is coming from unattractive men or men who are hiding behind a private profile because they know that they're ugly. Right?
Oh, man, when I hear a woman speak like this, it tells me one thing, and that is she's falling into the independent masculine trap that most modern day women fall into at an early age. See, when they start to age out and the wall starts to appear in the deep horizon, they want to take to the defensive, sort of like rebellious attitude, then start going in on men, trying to belittle men, name calling, pointing out physical flaws. And in this particular video, she's trying to make a case that most men are unattractive. No, most men are not unattractive. Most men are just average looking. See, if you take away the nails, the hair, the makeup, and make a woman go all natural, most of them are just average looking women. Nothing spectacular. Guys, see, we allow women to put on all these accessories, and in her mind, she can go from being a natural 5 or a 6 at best to thinking she's a 10.
I don't know why you telling me about what Kevin Samuels said. Kevin Samuels wasn't a philosopher. He wasn't an educator. He was a fella on YouTube speaking to unattractive, poor men who thought that women should be humbled and give them opportunities to have access to sex and birth their children and be their wives. He has not made an impact on humanity in any way positive. So that doesn't validate anything. I don't care what Kevin Samuels said. Wanting to be coupled off with an attractive person is not only for men. It's not a masculine trait. And even if it is a masculine trait, women have masculine traits. So say it is a masculine trait, we still want attractive men. Y'all are finding every reason and excuse to still have access to women, although you are ugly. Right? Let's just call a spade a spade. It's bothering you because you want access to women and you know you're ugly and you don't want to work in other areas to gain access to women. The fact is, many of you are jealous of men who don't have to work hard for women because there are handsome men who don't have to do that. It is what it is. There's a lot of men who get it. They understand it. You don't have it in the looks department, so you have to do other things. Many of you already understood this, but you don't want to hear it. You don't want to hear the truth that most of you are unattractive, right? You can't help that. That's your genetics. You can't help what your face look like. Why are you mad at us for desiring something that looks better? Jay-Z said, "There's no such thing as an ugly billionaire. I'm cute." Right? Men with money will always have access to women. It's just the way that it is, right? Attractive men will always have access to women, right? But you can't be unattractive and broke. You have to pick a struggle, right? Your unattractiveness is something you really can't help, right? So you must go get money because that's how you're going to get access to women. Things are what they are. I don't know why y'all acting like this is some groundbreaking news or it's masculine to like attractive men. That's crazy. We like to look at nice things too. And unfortunately for most of you, you're not that. So just work on other areas. Work in other areas. Like, what's the problem? Why is this triggering so much to you? You know what you look like, right?
Of course, most women hated the way Kevin Samuels delivered his message because it struck a deep chord. And see, women can't stand to look themselves in the mirror and make a correction. The reason why she's sitting up here talking about attractive and unattractive men is because her masculinity has taken over and she's choosing men the way men choose women. And that's through our eyes. The more masculine a woman becomes, the more she starts to become man-like. See, guys, these older masculine women are basically walking around here in no man's land. The men that these older women are talking about, well, these guys basically make themselves invisible to older masculine women. These attractive men that she's referring to has nothing to gain by dating our older masculine women, unless he's trying to knock it down and then keep it moving. So where is she gonna turn to? Either she gonna start dealing with really younger men or really older men. And when a woman reaches this point where she only has these two options, we call that no man's land. Man, listen, her trying to point out that attractive men and men with money are the only two men that can get the most attention from women. Well, of course, that's how it's always been. An unattractive man has always been able to upgrade his access with women by having money. But see, the problem is, for older women, is that once their beauty starts to fade, she cannot upgrade herself with money, because money does not upgrade a woman in a man's eyes. So you know what the next stop is? No man's land.